Welcome to Stronger Things. Our videos are going to give you an insight into how we are making our business stronger every day and hopefully enable you to do the same. Last week on Stronger Things, we covered caring about your staff and maximising efficiency. Now today is Stress Awareness Day. Because of this, we've decided to create some content around how to manage stress, how to recognise stress in your teams, and also how you can help to squash stress completely in your workplace. Stress and anxiety are issues that are really close to my heart. It's something that all of us have dealt with in one way or another. Stress can impact people in different ways. There's the physical response to stress. Now, the physical response to stress and anxiety is actually our body's protection from way back in the caveman days. If you read into what is happening and why it's happening, all of the things that your body is doing when you're feeling stressed is to protect itself from predators. But we don't live in that world anymore. We don't have the need to protect ourselves from a dinosaur running at us. Thank God, because I'm not very good at running. But we do still have those stresses in our life. So how do we combat them? How do you know when you're getting stressed? Does your heart rate rise? Are your muscles getting tense? Are you starting to sweat? Sweating during stress is actually so that you are more slippery and couldn't be caught. Fun fact. These things that are our body's way of saying, hi, not feeling so great over here, and we need to listen to them. It's so simple to combat these things as long as we catch them early enough and recognise what's going on. Breathing. Breathing is one of the most amazing ways that I and millions of other people use to deal with stress. Now people think, yeah, breathing, do that every day, thanks, done it since I was born. But have you actually? Have you ever seen a baby when it's breathing? Do you notice the way that its whole stomach will rise up and sink when it's taking its first breaths? This is because our bodies are completely ready to breathe, and they understand that to maximise all of the goodness that we're breathing in, they need to expand. Now as we get older, we get lazy. Our breaths get shallower. We breathe from our chest. And when you're stressed, this becomes more and more apparent. If you're taking short, sharp breaths, this is where you lead on to a panic attack or you go dizzy because you're not taking in enough oxygen to calm yourself down. Now, being loud and being me, I am a singer-ish. My kids don't think so. But one thing that I am lucky enough to understand is how to breathe. I know that if I'm stressed in a situation, I can take myself out of that situation, make sure my feet are firmly on the ground, and just breathe. Feeling every part of your body that breath touches, feeling it when it hits the back of your throat, travels down, and feeling your diaphragm expand. If it's not expanding, you're not really doing it right. There's a reason why you're always told, in a panicky situation, to breathe in through your nose. I just breathed in through my mouth when I said that. I realise how stupid that is, but you should. Breathing in through your nose forces your body to practice diaphragmatic breathing. It forces your ribs to expand. If you can breathe in for 4 through your nose and then take it out for 8 through your mouth, this is giving your body the chance to calm down. This is my best technique. I have 2 children. Children are stressful and annoying sometimes. On a Tuesday, my children come into the office with me after school. Now, sometimes it's lovely, they all sit down and play, sometimes they don't. And for me, I need a way that I can just woosah before I lose my shit. And this is where breathing helps me. But it's not just about the children or what your workload is. Stress really can impact people in so many different ways. And if you're not recognising that as an employer or even just as a member of a team, then you're doing a disservice to your teammates. Strong teams know each other. They are all completely different. They have different skill sets, different abilities, different strengths and different weaknesses. But by knowing each other, they also recognise when something's wrong. Is it a change in behaviour? Is someone not bringing their ideas to the table anymore? Is someone crumbling under a workload? Are we skipping lunch because we just feel like we can't have enough hours in the day to get everything done? It's up to everyone. It's everyone's responsibility to recognise that. Because if we're not recognising it, then we're not helping. And if we're not helping, then we're going back to the things we were discussing in the last video around that conveyor belt of people just coming in and through your business. Because it doesn't matter that that person over here is missing points X, Y, and Z, we didn't try and help them. We didn't notice that something wasn't right. And we didn't do our duty as employers to make them the best that they can be. So you've noticed someone in your team, it might be your peer, it might even be your manager, isn't behaving the way they normally would. There's changes, there's something going on. How do you address that? Now, mental health is spoken about so much right now. So much, and that's fantastic. It's fantastic that people are talking. But is it becoming noise? Who is actually listening? Everyone is talking about things, but is everybody listening? It's so important that you let that person know that they can talk. They might not want to, but just knowing that someone's there is so important. So if you are going to have a discussion with someone, don't do it on the floor. Don't call them out. Take them out for a coffee. Ask them for a catch up. Ask them for help with a project. Take them somewhere where they can feel comfortable and they can be open and honest. And although people might not always want to open up to you, if you're doing everything right as a manager, they should feel safe to talk to you. So how do you listen? Listening is such an important skill for anyone in business to have. It's important when you're talking to your clients, and it's way important when you're talking to your staff. When you're listening to someone, you really need to be taking in what they're saying. We all learn active listening for any customer service role. Everyone sits through the course and understands or is talked at about emotional intelligence, active listening, listening signals. But how much do those people really take that on and take that forward with them? Because it's not just important for our customers, it really is important when you're having a conversation with someone. It's all too easy now to go, yes, yes, and try and get to the point that you're trying to get to in your head, because we're busy. We're all busy. We're on our phones, we're at work, we're doing everything. This time has to be a safe space where you're not being distracted by anything and you're really trying to understand what that person is saying to you. You may not be able to solve anyone's problems. You may not be able to fix whatever is going on. But if you're listening to them, then you're allowing them to get out of them whatever it is that's causing them problems. And who knows, you may even have some great advice or just teach them how to breathe really well. There are so many different things out there to support people. People use mindfulness, meditation. I grow plants. I have a lot of plants, and if I do feel stressed, I just go into my little room where my plants are, breathe, talk to my plants a bit, and then I feel a lot better. Everyone is different, but if you can learn around some of the coping mechanisms and you can listen to what your staff are saying, then you can have an impact on stress in your workplace. Helping your staff to manage stress, helping your team to manage their stresses is just one of the ways that you can really work to building and maintaining a stress-free workplace for you and your team. Thank you so much for your time. If you have found any of this helpful or you like what we're saying, please don't hesitate to give this a like or subscribe to the channel to make sure that you never miss another video. I'm Laura Fox Newby and we're Things. Bye! Diaphragmatic? Grammatic? Diaphragmatic. But one thing that I do have the beauty of, all you need to do, not all you need to do because that's really patronising. I shouldn't be left here on my own.